Yeah, so you were there. Were you there? I know he was there. Okay, so what took place there is that LAUSD came and they presented a PowerPoint on what public school choice is. They explained how Huntington Park got onto public school choice, our low performance on the CST tests and so on. Only 4% of our students are proficient in math. So, yes, and so they went over that, and then their game plan was to divide all of, 60, 70 parents that were there into 4 groups, and then have presenters of the small schools and so on move around and present to them. We felt that, first of all, we didn't have a say in that, and so we just felt that we should at least give the parents a choice. If they wanted to stay in the group as a whole, or if they wanted to divide up into the 4 groups. And so Claire was very brave, and I kind of, was behind her a little bit, and she started talking in Spanish, and to our surprise, maybe not to our surprise, we had parents standing up and very strongly expressing their opinion that they wanted to stay together. And so that is what happened. And there were 4 presentations, each 15 minutes. Okay, and let me tell you what those are. First, Mr. Sievers, he presented on his school plan. His school plan is very simple. His plan is to get the small school plan and our academy plan to merge and have one plan. That's his plan. So it's really not a separate plan, it's a plan to get us together. And I totally agree. He presented. Then the small schools team, Mr. C, presented for the small school team. They have 4 small schools of about 500 each. They're proposing. Their plan starts for 9th and 10th graders. And then they will add 11th and then 12th. Let me just summarize the differences. And then I presented for the academy team. And then the School of Social Justice, which is a pilot school that's just starting. They're applying for a pilot school status of 500 students only. So, School of Social Justice, small, 500, similar to what Libra is doing out in the 90s. Okay? The small school, 5 small schools, and the academy plan, which is ours, are the 2 main all-school comprehensive or all-school plans. Okay? Let's see here. I think I'll just continue. The main differences in our plans are this. The small school, there's 3 differences. Staffing, leadership, and the freshman academy, the focus on freshmen. Staffing. The small schools basically are being led by out-of-classroom teachers who are coordinators. Many have their administrative credential. Their game plan is that they're going to decide. I don't know how, but they're going to decide who's a good teacher, who's a bad teacher. And they're going to offer them contracts, and they're going to have them teaching the 9th and 10th graders in their school, which is year 1. They start with 9th and 10th. The teachers on our campus that remain, that are not asked or chosen, will then be teaching the 11th and 12th graders. That would be next year. That's their plan. Okay? I don't know about you, but I don't think that that's going to be a good environment. The chosen and the rejects. No, non-chosen teachers. And the people that are really going to lose, in my opinion, are the students. That's who's going to lose. You know. Anyways, that is their plan. So staffing. What are we going to do on staffing? Our academy plan, I can go through it more, but most of you have seen the PowerPoint. What we're looking at doing for our plan, because we do not want to protect deadbeat teachers. That's not, no, we're not into protecting teachers, even though we are the UTLA-backed plan for our school. Our game plan is to write out a very specific commitment that teachers will do, very specific things in their involvement in our professional development, in their trainings, in protocols of looking at student work, of teachers working with other teachers and observing each other and supporting each other to improve their instruction in the classroom. That's our goal. What we're going to do is we're going to put all that out on paper and we're going to let the teachers decide. If you want to come and teach on our plan, you need to agree to these things. It's not business as usual. We may even specify, because we'll be hiring, our leadership model is different than theirs. We're going to be bottom up, theirs is top down. We may even have somewhat of an evaluation that may be for teachers according to that commitment form. We're very serious. We're going to move all the way up to, but not include, an election to work agreement. An election to work agreement is what the small schools talked about doing last Tuesday. What that means is they give up Article 9 in the UTLA contract, and bottom line is each teacher signs an agreement to teach for 1 year at that school. The people, the leaders of that school, can then choose to offer that teacher a contract for another year and another year. So 1 year at a time. It's good. Teachers get to decide, no, I don't want to teach here anymore, too much work or whatever. I'm going to go over here. So that in a way it's good, but then on the other hand, I think it would be a little stressful to know that I could get voted off the island. And to me, that's not the environment that you want to really improve teaching with teachers, is to have someone be breathing down your neck and kind of like, whoo, could vote me off the island. Okay, so staffing. Freshman Academy, they're 9 through 12. We feel because half of our freshmen do not earn enough credits to get to the 10th grade after 1 year, we want to offer or focus on the needs of 14-year-olds. Why? They have low reading and low math skills. And we want to be able to support, intervene, focus our support on freshmen, because they really do need it. Not only that, we want to support the parents of freshmen and get them on board to know what's happening during their high school to be successful at high school and hopefully on to college. So that's something that we have a focus on. At the end of their freshman year, the freshmen will then be given they'll be exploring their own strengths and weaknesses. They'll be exploring different careers that are available and what their interest lies, so that they can make a good choice in 10th grade what career or theme-based career academy they want to join their 10th grade year. So 10th, 11th, and 12th grade, we will offer 5 career academies that freshmen can choose to go to. Similar to the small schools, we have a visual performing art academy, we've got a business academy, we've got a technology academy, a public service possibly, a public service academy with law enforcement, probably some government, and the 5th one may even be a green academy, the whole thing of the ecology, the environment, the green academy. So those are possible, those are the ones that we're looking at. The third difference between our two plans is leadership. The small school leadership is a traditional leadership model. You got the central downtown LAUSD. They give the orders to District 6. District 6 gives their orders to our principal, and this principal directs them to the small schools. That's what we're on now. That's what we've had for the last 20 years, and this is where we're at. I think that's important to remember. They have been leading this school for those years, and this is where we're at as well. And remember, we want everybody to be sharing the accountability here. Everybody needs to take and change and take account of how they can improve for our Huntington Park students. Our leadership model is different. It's bottom up. It's the leadership here with parents and students. Coming up, we are also going to be contracting with a professional development provider. We spoke, Mr. Sievers and I, to Dan Chernow, and he's from the UCLA School of Management, and they provide public school choice schools with professional development training for teachers, administrators, and how to improve their instruction. So, in partnering with this professional development provider to tell us and show us how we can improve, they don't really tell us. They work with us. They come in and they say, what's working? Let's improve it. Good. Let's keep it going. What is weak? What do we need to work on? And they help us work on looking at each other and improving our instruction. That's a little bit different than the small schools. So those three main differences. A fourth difference, electives. Small schools are autonomous schools. They have their teachers. Most cases, they will not share electives. So if you are in a small school that, say, the Applied School of Medical, the Institute of Applied Medical Science or whatever, Mr. C is medical school, they will offer an elective maybe to their students, 2 electives, but they're very medical oriented. Well, what if you're a student there and you want to take band? You can't take band. You can take band after school, but you really can't take band as an elective during the school day because that's an elective for the performing arts. So sharing electives, sharing AP classes, which are the advanced placement classes, which there are even lower numbers of students that select AP classes. In fact, Libra is a pilot school. They haven't gotten their own funding code, but they are a pilot school. They're this close to finally getting that. They offer their electives when they're off track, right now. January, February, and then, of course, in July and August, when they're off. They don't have room, they don't have the teachers, and guess who's teaching their electives? Our teachers. Our art teachers, our graphic art teachers, they're teaching their electives. So, I want to let you know that that is a big difference in our plan. Our academy plan will be sharing electives. If you're in the business but you want to take band, you go for it. Maybe you want to take drama and theater, arts. We share. Financially, I feel, because we will have complete control over budget, staffing, professional development, curriculum and instruction, governance, we will, our school, be able to take and put the money as a priority into the classroom. I'm going to tell you right now, I've had people come up to me that are involved with the finances here at our school, and they say, that's not happening right now. It's not happening. So I'm letting you know that I think would make a huge difference for our Huntington Park students if the money or the priority for spending was in the classroom with instruction, supporting the teachers and the students. Lower class size, materials that we need. Another unique thing about our academy plan, which I think the small schools will be doing as well, is to make technology a focus. Okay? We plan on providing a laptop computer with internet access to all of our freshmen incoming. We have a grant that we're hopefully going to get. We're also working with another grant, this Betty Davis Gonzalez with the City of Huntington Park, to put up a Wi-Fi tower that will give Wi-Fi access to all of the City of Huntington Park. But particularly here on our campus, we can do that. So, anyways, I'm getting not off track, but I'm just going through. So we had the parent meeting last Tuesday. We kind of got in a little bit of trouble, not too much trouble, but we did kind of stick our neck out and invite all the parents to stay, and I thought it worked out well. Last Thursday, we had our first writing team meeting. We had parents, teachers, and we developed a schedule that we're going to follow to write our proposals. These proposals are about 60, 70, 80 pages of research-backed strategies that have been proven to help parents, students, teachers. And by the time you get done with the appendix and the bell schedules and other things, these documents, this proposal could be up to 150, 60 pages. But we developed the schedule. If you didn't get one, make sure you pick one up. Ms. Martinet, Claire, she translated it into Spanish. So we have English and Spanish. All the dates are the same. The two main times we're writing are Thursdays after school and early evening, 3:30 to 7:30. Over here in room 62, and Saturdays. Saturdays, 8 to 2. Again, over here in 62. Now, we, along with Roman and Raina, talked about how can we accommodate parents giving us feedback, because it's very important in our plan. So, we're not asking parents to come on Saturdays from 8 to 2. Teachers, yes. But for parents, we're inviting the parents to come from 8:30 to 10 o'clock. If you come during that time, we will certainly be giving you the plan as far as our progress, but also listening and getting your feedback. And then you're done. Then you're out. 10 o'clock, you're done. Okay? Meanwhile, the teachers, we're going to stay and we're going to keep writing.